If you thought that my husband's mission was powerful before, you have no idea. You have no idea what you just have unleashed across this entire country.
Powerful and faith-filled first comments from Erica Kirk since Charlie Kirk's assassination at UVU.
Tonight, his public memorial service is set for next weekend at State Farm Stadium outside of Phoenix. President Trump and Vice President Vance are both expected to attend.
Vigils for Charlie Kirk have been and are being held in Utah and across the country, including outside Turning Point USA, near a sign with a prayer that Kirk be received into the arms of Jesus.
Turning Point is the organization that he founded. Hundreds have paid their respects at the headquarters, leaving flowers, candles, and American flags.
Shock in southern Utah over the suspect, Tyler Robinson, who grew up there and was enrolled at Dixie Tech.
People in Washington County are reacting to the news. A Christian Cedar was there today speaking with neighbors.
In a quiet corner of Washington County, the story of a murder suspect has left neighbors reeling, not just for what happened, but for how it ended. Tyler Robinson was taken into custody after he was turned in by family, a decision many here are calling heartbreaking, but brave. Robinson had been attending Dixie Technical College. On campus Saturday, it was business as usual, but behind the routine, a deep sense of disbelief. At his apartment complex just miles from campus, neighbors told me they were stunned. I spoke with several of Tyler's neighbors here at the apartment complex, and one of those neighbors off camera told me she was shocked to learn that he lived only a few feet away from her. Now, we also went to Washington City, where the family lives, and neighbors there off camera told me that they knew the family well and that they believe that the parents did the right thing by turning him in. Neighbors say Tyler was quiet and his parents good people, and now at the center of a story no family ever wants to live. There are still more questions than answers, but one thing is clear. This tragedy has left two families shattered. On Sunday, the community will gather at Pioneer Park at 7 p.m. to honor Charlie Kirk. In St. George, Christian Cedar, KUTV 2 News.
And tonight, Robinson is in a special housing unit at the Utah County Jail until being cleared by medical staff.
Utah County Sheriff's Office says once that happens, he'll be placed in another section of the jail. The special unit he's in now has a watch protocol for inmates with violent behavior and those who have made suicidal comments. Governor Cox says the state will seek the death penalty for Robinson, but do prosecutors have a capital case?
Our Leslie Duarte is asking a lawyer who has sent people to jail and kept them from it. She's live at the Utah County Jail. And Leslie, what did this attorney say?
Brian Mika, Nathan Evershed says that the state will most likely pursue the capital punishment, but there's a question if the law allows that. He says most likely both state and federal charges will be filed.
I would not be surprised if the federal government wanted to step in.
Nathan Evershed, a former prosecutor and now defense attorney, says this is why.
Maybe bring additional charges against this individual because it was somewhat of a national case.
Governor Cox mentioned that they want to pursue the death penalty. Do you think that is a possibility?
Yes. I do think it's not going to be as clear cut as people may think it sounds to be. And that is only because the facts, while well known, don't really nicely align under the aggravated murder statute.
Evershed thinks this will be necessary for a capital murder case.
If he knowingly created a grave risk of death to another individual, that could be an aggravated factor.
Adding, the defense will most likely argue there is no aggravating factor for this murder. But Evershed is certain this will be a key defense argument.
What role could mental competency play in this trial, this case?
Somewhat. It's going to be an issue. Competency is obviously going to be brought up because who does this? He's going to be examined. He's going to be looked into. I anticipate that will for sure be one of the claims that the defense will bring up.
Evershed says Robinson's charges will be left and will be final for the prosecutor to decide. However, Robinson has been booked in the Utah County Jail for several charges, but those final charges are set to be formally charged Tuesday. Reporting live in Spanish Fork, Leslie Duarte, KUTV 2 News.
Leslie, thanks so much. And here at 2 News, we've been reporting on every development in the shooting. You can see all of it on our KUTV YouTube page. And stick with us as this case continues to develop on air and online at KUTV.com.